Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about some advice that I wish I would have had going into college or my first couple years in college. So my first advice or tip is that really look into living on campus. My freshman year when I was 17, I had severe depression, severe panic disorder, severe anxiety, and I was too scared to live on campus with people that I didn't know, so I roomed with my cousin and one of her friends at the time. And I feel like I really missed on the opportunity of meeting new people, attending things. I was never really in the dining hall unless my friends used their passes for me to get into the dining hall. I was only really ever in the dorms when we were getting ready for football games or I was waiting for a class. And it just really sucks because I never got to decorate a dorm. I never had to go to an RA meeting, and some people might think like, oh, you know, those things suck or they waste time or whatever the case may be, but at the same time, you make some of your forever friends when you live in a dorm, and you have those late nights studying for midterms and finals, and you're laughing and you get to meet new friends, and I never had that. And to this day I feel like that's why I never really had a lot of friends in college, and you know, that falls on me as well as other reasons why, which I will get into with advice and everything. Another piece of advice that I have is to get yourself out there. There are so many opportunities, whether it's Greek life, which to this day I don't think I would join, even if I had the opportunity in grad school. I don't think I would do it just because I think that's a little bit out of my comfort zone even now. But if that's something you're interested in, check it out. Go do it, you know, do the rush week or whatever it is, and just see if it's for you. And I really advise checking out organizations on campus or volunteer activities. I didn't realize how important it was, which I do plan on doing when I go back to school in the fall. Like, I want to volunteer a lot more. Not only does it help you grow personally and as a person and just your morals, but it helps you grow professionally. So with certain organizations that I plan to volunteer with, it can help me grow professionally, because like working with senior centers, that's something I think I might want to go into professionally, and if I'm able to volunteer in those centers, I can put that on a resume and it will look good professionally, and then I can also meet friends and people that are interested in the exact same things I'm interested in. I'm trying to think of some organizations or sports, like club sports. I really wish I would have tried, and I wouldn't have been so scared to do them. And it just sucks looking back at it now, because I realize now that's where a lot of your friends come from, and I never took that leap to do it. There was an organization within my program, event management, and I didn't even do that because I was so riddled with this fear of messing up or no one was going to like me. And that's not the case, especially if you know the program I'm in and the college that I went to. Everyone's so welcoming, and it just wasn't the case. And that organization would have helped me so much professionally, because I could have put all that volunteer work on my resume, and it's just something I look back on and I truly regret it, and it truly sucks. Another piece of advice is to take advantage of all the free services that are on campus. So I not only had my professors that doubled as my advisor, I also had a success coach that helped me plan each semester to make sure I stayed on track and everything academically. I also made sure I used the free healthcare services for mental health and physical health. If I was ever sick with the flu or any type of cold and I didn't want to go to urgent care or the emergency room, I could always go on campus and they can help me get antibiotics for the flu or an ear infection. I also used for mental health services the therapists that were on campus. It was free. It's something that you pay through your tuition, so it's not like a co-pay every time you go. Now, for me, and I'm almost positive with the university that I go to that it's like that for everybody, but don't quote me on that because I'm not too sure with people's situations and all that. But for me, it was completely free for me to go see a therapist, which was amazing, because I just pretty much got to unload on her, and she was able to give me that advice, what I needed to hear, just this positivity that I needed in my life. And she also introduced me to classes, well, not classes per se where you paid for, you had to go to for 16 weeks, but like an hour every Friday there would be a grief and loss therapy group that I'd go to, and it was a whole group with a whole bunch of other people that were experiencing the same kind of loss or the same type of grief. And in a way, it was comforting to see that other people felt the same way I felt, and that grief doesn't have this time stamp on it, which really helped me through college, because when you're going through something emotionally and mentally and then having to perform your best academically, it gets really blurry, and it's truly one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I can't imagine how maybe other people feel. So I'm really glad I took those resources and used them as much as I could. So it's something I definitely think people should look into. If it's something that is offered on your campus, I'm almost positive that all universities have some type of mental health resources on their campus. So I would definitely look into that. Even if you don't, if you go to a smaller school, or maybe you're just not really liking the vibe with the mental health services at your school, I also went off campus to see a therapist, because sometimes having two opinions is better than one, and it can really help you understand a situation and how to go about it. So those are my major advice that I have when it comes to going to school. I also recommend to try different classes. I started off as a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher mostly for elementary schools or even middle school, and I realized it just wasn't for me. And then I tried a recreation and event management course and just fell in love with it, and I couldn't imagine now doing anything else with my life besides something in recreation and event management. And that's not the case for everyone. And so I really recommend taking these courses. I wish I actually would have taken more courses, whether it was photography or writing, just to see exactly what I wanted to do. And in a way, it can help you figure out who you want to be and what you want to do with your life, because this is one of the most important events that will happen. You're turning, most people in college turn 21, which is a major milestone for people. This is where you pick what you want to do for the rest of your life, for your career. This is where you meet your forever friends. So just really look into it, see who you're hanging around with, see what classes you want to take, what you're interested in. And I'm so glad I took that recreation course, because I obviously found my career. I found my forever friends that I hold so close to me, so dearly to me. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found who I am as a person. I wouldn't have found my boyfriend now, who I adore, and I couldn't imagine a life without him. And I thank him every single day, and I truly hope I get to spend the rest of my life with him, because he's so amazing. And these events, it could even happen to you. You could find that forever person. You could find your forever friends and your career, and wake up one day and realize, I love what I do. There's nothing else in this world that I'd rather do. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to take those classes, and you just have to figure out who you are, which means also, taking care of yourself mentally, physically. So that's my advice to you guys. If you want me to go more in depth in mental health, physical health, or anything else that I've seen on campus, and in a video, then leave a comment below. If it's something that's more personal that you want to talk about, then you can always DM me. I'll link my social media down below as well. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.